Here we have a fresh, brand new install of WordPress, and what I'm going to show you today is how to get rid of all of the default um, things that are in WordPress so that you can begin building your page. So the very first thing that needs done is, we're just going to go down here, and there's a lot of default things that are installed that you don't need, and we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. So we're going to go to posts. Sometimes there is a hello world post posted here. You do not need that, so all you need to do is click on it and then just go to delete. While you're here, what you need to do, that's not on post, sorry. That's when we get to pages. I'm jumping ahead of myself here. Okay, media there should be nothing in there. Pages, you have your privacy policy. It is a good idea to keep that. And then your sample page, you can go ahead and delete. So while we're here in pages, what my website requires is that we have, of course, a home page. We're going to name that home. We're going to come up here to new page. I need a services page. I also need an articles page. This is just the basics. I need more service pages, but I'm not 100% sure what those are going to be quite yet, and that's okay. We can add them later. And I need a contact page. Always go over here and click on publish, or it is not going to save. This says edit with Elementor because before I started the video I did download Elementor, and it's the page builder that I use that I prefer. But you don't have to use Elementor. There's a lot of page builders out there that you can use if you're more comfortable with it. Okay, so we're going to go to appearance. Sorry, customize. We're going to click on site identity. We're going to rename this our website title. In this case, it's Hydro Pool Service. And right now we're going to get rid of the tagline. I may put the phone number in there later on. If you have a logo, you can also put it here. I'm going to click on publish. Now, do you see all these things down here? The search, the recent comment, the archives, categories. Those are all widgets, which we're going to go in here and get rid of. I'm going to remove that. Remove that. Unless you want some of this stuff here, that's fine. I would just rather start from a very, very blank canvas. Okay, here we're going to set up our menu. We don't have any right now, so we're going to create a new menu. We're going to name it main. You can name it however you want to. Just make sure it's primary if you want it up here. You can have a different menu in the footer if you'd like. Okay, so we're going to add items, and here's our pages that we'd set up. And that's why I wanted to set the pages up before I did the menu. So we're going to add our home page, we're going to add services, articles, and contact us. I'm going to publish that. We're going to change the way that looks here in a minute. Okay, widgets we did. We're going to do this differently. So that's published, so I can get out of here. And then we're going to go into themes. Okay, we're going to go to add new. Now, there are a million different themes that you can use. And it gets kind of confusing because a lot of people go through this and they say, oh, oh, cool, I like this. And they think that if they install this theme, that's exactly what they're going to see. But that's not true. What you basically get from a theme is the header. This is what you need. Like if I installed Endurance, I would get this part, and I would get this part. My website would say hide your pool service right here, and my menu would be right here, and that's it. Now there are some themes that you can download the default, that you can choose to download everything that's in here, but not every theme will let you do that. So when I go through and I look at themes, I'm literally looking at the headers to see which one I like the most, because the body really doesn't matter. And what I usually install is the Neve theme, just because I like, for my purposes, I like the simple header. So we're gonna, if you want to, you can preview it. I just click on install because I know what it looks like. See, this is how it'll. So we're going to install that. And then we're going to activate it. And we're going to go to hide your pool service. If we look, see how it says hide your pool service, and there's my menu right here. And it is naked. So, okay, so this says ready to publish your first post, but we're going to change this to a static page. And in order to do that, we're going to go to settings, reading, and then we're going to change this to a static page. Now, if you want to, if you're running a blog and that's basically what you want people to say, you can keep this as your latest posts, and every time you post, it will be there. But for my purposes, I like a static home page that I can customize. So my home page will be home. And my posts page are going to be articles, because I am going to add articles for my business. And of course you can change this too, 10 posts is fine. Don't forget to click on Save Changes. And then this is important too. Click on permalinks. This is the URL that people are going to type in to see the different pages of your website. Let's say that this is a pool service site. Now, so let's say that we published a post about how to clean your pool filters. And this is what the URL will look like. It would be hydropoolservice.com, and then it would be the date it was posted right here, and then the post name. You don't really want to do that, because when people go to type in the URL to find that post, they're going to have a hard time because they're not going to remember all these numbers right here. So we're just going to click on post name. So it'll be literally hydropoolservice.com / whatever the name of that post was. I don't know why the default is not the post name. It's the most simple thing. So once again, we're going to save changes. And then we're going to go into general just to make sure we didn't miss anything. Hide your pool service, tagline, you can make this however you want to, whatever you want to. I am going to fill this in for SEO purposes. I'm just not 100% sure what I'm going to put there quite yet. I have to check with my SEO guy and see. So yeah, and here you can change things like the time format, the date format, if that really matters to you, when the week starts. But any changes you make, of course, like with everything, make sure you click on Save Changes. Next, we're going to go into plugins. A lot of these plugins that you won't need. I installed Elementor because that's what I use to build. There was something in here that said WordPress Starter, whatever it is. You don't need that. I suggest getting rid of all of the plugins that you don't need. Make sure that you read the description here, and if you feel like you don't need it, just go ahead and get rid of it. And the reason why I say that is because if you have too many plugins that are not necessarily necessary, you are opening your site up for a lot of problems, a lot of viruses and stuff get in that way by attaching themselves to old plugins that you don't need. So it's a good idea to get rid of the ones that you don't need, just so that you're not, your website, you want it to stay as secure as possible. That you don't need to mess with. And feel free to go through these things too. That I'm just doing a general tutorial on how to set things up. So in order to start building your site, you're just going to go to into Pages. And I'll show you a little bit of Elementor while I'm here because I like Elementor. So we're going to go into our home page. This is our front page. Now, you can literally put anything you want to in here. You don't have to use Elementor or a page builder. You can put anything you want in here. You can add an image, you can add a header, you can add a gallery, you can do pretty much anything you want here. If you want to add a block, you just click on that, and you have all these options here. You can add paragraphs, images, headings, quotes, lists, galleries, audio, a cover, anything. Just formatting. There's a lot of different options here. If you don't want to use a page builder, you don't have to. But I choose to use Elementor because I'm a visual person. And this is Elementor. So it's the same thing, it's just set up differently. There's a heading here that I can drag here. There's an image, that I can drag in there, whatever I want. But I will do an Elementor video later on. But for now, that's it for basic setup. Thank you for watching. For more videos, definitely subscribe down there and hit like. And we will see you soon.